You have to treat people with the utmost respect. They deserve it. That's the way you create a culture, and what a joy that is.
We've been in the business for a long time. My father started with A&Ws way back. That's what prompted his move from the U.S. to Edmonton.
He actually was born about 6 miles across the border in the U.S. He was looking for an opportunity to open A&W in the U.S. Couldn't get any territory, and so they told him to go up to Canada. He was a great entrepreneur, started out very small, but eventually had 14 A&Ws in Edmonton. He was quite the character, and lots of jokes and lots of fun. He would do crazy things like put a band on the roof of the A&W and have cars that just keep going around and around. We went public with a bunch of other guys. They opened the Fuller restaurants, which were coffee shops. And I grew up cooking in the Fullers when I was a kid, and then running the one on Southwest Marine Drive. And then they moved me out to Surrey, and then he gave me Alberta to run, and then he gave me Ontario to run.
So we've been in the fast food game. They got a taste to the 24-hour diner. When Earl's came along, that changed the whole program. Stan had finished traveling the world, so he had a more global vision, and my dad really had more of a provincial vision. But it was the combination of the two that really started it singing. Stan opened up a Earl's in Toronto, and my dad went the other way and opened up an Earl's, which was a burger joint in Edmonton. But it was once those two came together that we had the casual dining market invented. It just all seemed to come together.
In the 90s, we started introducing entrees, more difficult meals to come out of the kitchen, upgrading the whole kitchen ability of the whole organization to do prep and fresh food and the whole thing. We're the first casual restaurant where it's relaxed, it's a place that you feel comfortable in, and yet you can get a good meal.
The more you're in this business, the more you realize that there's so much to learn, and you can't possibly know it all. And so you listen. And Stan and my dad were great at listening.
Bus for me really stood out as the early personality of Earl's. He was a tremendously charismatic man, would walk in and attract the attention in the room. I think that's like the big part of the personality of Earl's. I still remember the first time I met Bus. I was a young sous chef, and he sat there and took the time as the chairman founder just to get to know who I was. After a 15-minute conversation, I knew I was at the company that I could stay at for a really long time. That really stuck with me forever. And Stan really drove the efficiency and the sales mentality and the people development. So I think the chassis or the structure of what Earl's was and what so many of our other concepts have become is rooted in Stan's philosophies.
When I started at Earl's, one of the things I heard is, you know what, we're in the people business. And it's more than just food and drinks and service. Like, this is about something more than that. When Stan came to visit, he would walk right into the kitchen. He would shake the hand of all the cooks and everybody that worked there and just establish a connection with them. And I remember thinking, there's something different about that. That's not what I expected a president or CEO to do. And I think it just embodies how the people are our number one asset in this organization, and that's because Stan and Bus say that is so, and that's how we operate.
Learning the dynamics of how to treat people and how to treat customers and have a joy of serving people, it takes a lot.
We have a tremendous people culture of development, but it's also a culture of achievement. And so there's a competitive backbone to it that attracts a certain type of person. There's this echo in my head that runs, I just hear change is our friend, change is our friend. And that's from Stan, just always innovate. So, 1% better, 2% better every single day, just keep improving the business.
When I think about legacy of Bus and Stan and Earl's, that's what we do for people. We create an environment where people can really grow and develop.
Because in our business, the real strength of our business is the people in the restaurants. And we can never lose sight of that. And I hope that carries through the generations.
You have to treat people with the utmost respect. They deserve it. And that's the way you keep the best people. And then that's the way you create a culture. And what a joy that is.
The support of the Fuller family is absolutely key to helping all the vulnerable families in our community. Stan brings together over 120 people in our community, and he turns that into a philanthropy event over Christmas time. It's incredible. Together they've raised $1.4 million over the last 13 years. What a guy. We just say, can we do it again? And he says, absolutely, let's do it again, every year.